answering the
Yeah,
phone.
I didn't want you to answer that phone. I didn't.
Why you say that?
Because he was the message was so fucking scary, man, that it was that simple.
Huh?
This, you see, simple, simple is what the me is afraid of.
Yeah. The me
The
wants to
me, the
make
me, the
things
me is that
complicated.
the me is about complications and it's mechanical energy. All right, it's mechanical energy. Everything that's happening here is mechanical energy by itself. There's nobody here doing a fucking thing, Booker.
So,
And everything is perfect that way. The second something challenges that is going to come out of the body, thing is operating here at personal levels. So it's so everything is being done by itself. The second something separates from that, then you're no longer operating at godly levels. You're operating at other levels. So if you want to be Booker, you can be God in the storyline. And that was the message, man. And he was telling me that's how everything works. And I'm going like, what? I mean, I know I heard this before, but it's again coming and it's coming louder. And I was like, and then my body was fucking, the body was in ridiculous fucking convulsions in here and shit like that. I couldn't even move. You
oh
know what I
wow.
mean?
Yeah.
I couldn't even move, man. And then he was telling me, you need in the storyline, you need to warn the other units, Booker units, the Yvonne units, Chris units, and then they already know this information, but they're operating, they're not operating at godly levels.
Then
They're
what?
like half away. They're like a half away. As Booker keeps running the show, he can operate at godly level because he's Booker. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And I'm
Tough.
going like, how the fuck am I supposed to tell this fucking guy this shit? And he was like, you're not gonna tell him that. He's not supposed to hear that. It's the unit. And he was like, shit. So what happened here? And then he was telling me that this body, the contracted energy that was inside this body, remembers where it's coming from. You see what I mean?
What do you mean it remembers where it's coming from?
Every day the units come, these bodies here they come from they operate through a signal that gets inside of them, which is what you believe you are here. And then what happens is that this signal comes from the stars, from the star systems, and then then galaxies run that shit, and then the universe runs both the galactic and the interstellar frequency, which is what runs this shit in here. And this is where the props are in the this is a simulation here of life. All right.
Yeah.
So it's run by intelligence. Then the second intelligence, right, wants to be known. In order to intelligence to be known, it needs something artificial to know it. So now you know where you are here.
Artificial intelligence.
Exactly. You're not intelligence. You are artificial intelligence. That's the only way intelligent activity can operate. And the only thing that could do that is the body. And it's because the signal remembers where it comes from, and now it knows what the body is here. And then the body is the whole. The body is the whole appearance. It's an appearance. There's not even a body. It's an appearance, and then it could be seen in blinking if you fucking start exploring how you blink. Every time you blink, you create another appearance, and then another appearance. Then that creates the illusion that things are continuing in here, and there's nothing continuing in here.
That's kind of funny because that's what
That nothing is changing here. That's the dream.
wow.
And then he was telling me, you gotta tell Booker that. And it was like, so what's he gotta do? Stop running the show? I said like, no, but embrace the possibility that the show is running by itself. That's
Thank
it.
you, Master Creator. That's the yeah, and that's like kind of where I feel like you get to where you just kind of let the thing run itself.
Yeah, but what happens is that the problem is when you begin to interact with other units. That the units start going into limbo because it
Yeah,
starts going into the belief systems that they those bodies have reinforced. So everything here, the reason this body remembers is because it never reinforced the three dimension from since it was a kid. Since the unit was younger, it always kept questioning what the fuck is happening here. You know what the hell? And then he had two deja vu experiences that did it right there. And he was telling me the second the word, and I asked, I said, what started everything? And everything, it was like everything, the units become, the unit, there is a resonance in the unit and it's through sound. And the word that caused everything there was when Wally heard the word Anunnaki for the first time. And I remember that. And then he was like, I felt that something was really wrong and like I was fucking dying. And I was like, how the fuck does a word cause this shit on me? And then he started teaching me what language is here. And I'm going like, oh my God, what the fuck is going on in here? And your language runs everything here, Booker. And
yeah.
language is not what you think it is.
Then what do you think it is then?
Well, okay, they told me this. Language already is here before you get here. So it already has the script that your unit is going to go through here. By listening to words, by speaking words, all that shit that is there. And then it's going to come down to if you believe what the other units tell you or if you believe what you see. What you see. What the body sees.
Yeah,
You see? The body,
that's
you
one
see
of the
what you're looking at right now, whatever you're looking at right now, that's the body.
yeah.
That's not that there's not a body and other things away from the body. The body is the whole thing.
Yeah, yeah.
The body is the whole thing. The body is your wife when you're looking at her. The body is your kids when you're looking at them.
Huh, for real.
And it's the same is the same way from their perspective. And then everything is perception. What you think awareness is perception.
That
It's
makes sense
tasting,
though.
it's tasting, seeing, hearing, touching, and smelling at the same time, synchronized. That's what's really happening.
Synchronized, but the synchronicity is kind of off because sometimes you won't even be smelling what you're seeing.
No, what happens is that, this is funny because they were telling me, if you smell something, who's breathing? And I was like, oh, that's fucking crazy.
Hmm.
And I'm going like, oh shit, so breathing is literally smelling things all the time. There's no such a thing as breathing.
Huh.
All you're doing is smelling fucking shit, or then smelling money, or smelling food, or smelling people, that's what you're doing in here.
Yeah, because I mean, when you think about it, every time you have certain smells, they kind of cause reactions within you.
Exactly, and then what happens is that the body is the one that deals with it. The body is the ultimate responder to things. Do you know how the body responds? By not reacting. The reactor is the mechanical energy now turning to personal. Once
Yeah.
once the energy becomes personal, that's a mask. The word person means mask, and language runs that frequency, not you here.
Yeah, the persona.
The persona, and then the language runs that. So the bodies here operate under that frequency, and then you think you know that, and then you fuck everything up because what you do is that you follow what the others believe things are here. Yeah, and then you get fucking lost. This is how the energy loses itself in here. And he was telling me everything is very simple. It's a decision that is made, and it's not by you. It's made by the unit, the way the unit has processed information here, and why it has reinforced to be real or not. And then I asked him, so there's no real things in here. I said, like, there's only one reality here, and it's the one you create.
So it's not always good to take. But even the one that you creating is just packed on top of realities that you got from elsewhere.
Okay, but the thing is that if you create a reality where you're human, you cannot be God in the story. When they said that to me, I was like, holy shit. So what's happening here is like that unit, Wally, is operating at godly levels, and the godly levels of operations is like what you've seen lately. Like you don't do a fucking thing and everything gets done every time and you can't believe how it happens. And I'm going like,
Yeah,
God
yeah,
damn it. God damn it. And I'm going like, Jesus fucking Christ. So what happened to Wally? It's like Wally is upgradable. Nobody's supposed to know that. Which means Booker is upgradable. Anybody else is upgradable. And then it says it's not special power. You're not special or nothing. Every fucking body is like this. What
yeah,
happens is that they have chosen to be human in the storyline because that's what they were told, so they can be God. And this is how everything works down there in that simulation. And I'm going like, holy shit. How am I supposed to give this message here? And it was like, it's directly to your species there. And I'm going like, damn.
dang. So if you trying to be human,
Mm-hmm.
it's
You,
impossible
you
to be God. So what
you
if you just
cannot be. You cannot look. You cannot be because it's one thing at the time, and the body is the only one that has that fucking power. The body could be God or could be human. It depends on what the reinforcement of belief systems here. What belief system he has reinforced.
okay? So what is God then?
God is everything that you think you're looking at right now, including the belief that you're there knowing things, including the belief that you think I'm talking to you. All this is godly activity, and the only thing that could know that is the body. And because the frequency inside of it remembers that it comes from somewhere else in the storyline, which is look, we're going nowhere and we're coming from nowhere. Everything is here. There's nothing needed. If anything is needed, then you're dreaming here, and this is how the dream begins.
Yeah,
You think you're missing something in your
yeah.
life. You're not missing a fucking thing because there is no you. How could you miss anything?
If you don't exist, but that's
It's
hard.
worse
That's a
than
hard.
it's worse than that. You have never once been anything here. And then being is beyond knowing. Being is beyond intelligence. Being is a metaphysical force of energy. Being
Yeah,
is beyond everything here, and being is godly activity.
yeah. I can understand
If you
now
if
with
you if
clarity.
you want to put it if you want to put it in a religious story, being is what God is.
Yeah.
That's being, not being human, because now you're being a human.
So
And language runs that, and there's nothing you can do. Language doesn't recognize you. It's
yeah.
language.
I think everything speaks in the language.
Everything has a language. Everything. When you're looking at an object, there is no you. It's the looking at that object that is what's happening. If you think you're looking at the object, then you separate yourself. You create an agent for the agency that is being looked at.
Yeah.
Everything is an agency and it needs an agent. In order for things to fucking be what they are here, a story has to be fucking put in the fucking system. Everything is a story. It has no significance. It has no purpose. It's going nowhere. It comes from nowhere. It goes nowhere. There is no future, no past, no present. It's just here.
Yeah.
And this is it. There's nothing beyond this. This is it. There's nothing other than this. If you can show me something other than this, What can you possibly show me?
This. If I show you something other than this, I'm gonna
No,
be showing
no,
you
did you?
within
No, no,
this.
no, 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 no. You're not gonna show me this. You're gonna show me that, and that's when separation comes in.
Oh, okay.
And then language runs that. All language runs every fucking thing in here. Everything, every fucking thing is run by language. The reason you understand what you understand is because language allow you to do that. Allows your units to fucking do that. Your units, not you.
so, is it okay? Like, if a person is just being the unit, wouldn't they still be it, despite what they decide that they want to
things
be?
things things get done easier. The body in the storyline is the laziest fucking shit that can exist.
Yeah,
By being lazy is forced to find the easiest fucking way to do everything. All the times.
yeah, all the time.
All the times. And he gets away with it. That's why you see robberies, that's why you see murders, that's why you see whatever the fuck you see in here, wars and everything.
Yeah,
It's because bodies are fucking reinforcing that reality, and that's what happens. And there's nothing you can do about it because it has nothing to do with your unit. Every unit works independently.
yeah,
Every unit, meaning that if it's raining and you're in the streets, you are the rain before you're you. Whatever reactions to the rain, that's what you think you are here. It's reactions to things. And then the body is reacting to the rain because it wants to be in a place where there's no rain. So,
yeah.
and it gets props for it, it gets umbrellas, it gets, raincoats, whatever the hell. And all these are props. The body's props. The body is the major prop in here, and then he has other props. And they all work together.
It's
The
because the
sky
body
is
is
the
it.
sky is no the sky is not what you think it is. The sky is right in the front of the fucking eyes of the unit.
Do you think the body is like telling the story?
The body is the story, Booker. At the same time, and you could see it is very easy.
So the body is telling the story, writing the story, being the story.
The body is the story itself, and then that story is ran by language, and then language is part of the appearance in here. The appearance is everything. It's an appearance, and then it regenerates itself as the unit blinks.
Yeah.
And then when the unit starts blinking, then it goes into another simulation, which is where this fucking shit comes from, which is the fucking simulation of dreams and nightmares, you could call it.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
So this here is the byproduct of the dreams and the nightmares that the body has. And then from that it gathers the information, and then it does things in here, and then it begins to believe that it knows things, and it's all part of it's like a game.
It is a
And then
game.
unfortunately, 99% of the units in here have chosen to be human. So you choose to be human, you can't be God. So then you start getting that. So no wonder they believe in God. So because the unit separates itself from that, so it creates that's the ultimate. That's the worst separation you can create in the story.
Huh.
Just to separate yourself from everything else because you think you're looking at it.
Yeah, and maybe it's because it feel like that's what's happening.
Yo, he was telling me here, look, like the people that get cancer here, they don't die because of the cancer. Do you know what they die for?
What?
Because they're afraid they have cancer.
Oh yeah, the fear of even just having cancer.
Exactly. And then it's even worse than that because if you don't tell the person that the person has cancer, because you talk to the doctors before the person goes there, right? And you tell them, don't tell him, tell us, so he could leave very happily for the little time that he has. Let's say that they give you 1 week to leave, but your family has that information, not you, but you don't know it, right?
Yeah.
You're gonna die still because they believe that shit, not you.
Yeah. That's crazy. Wow, that makes
I,
sense
I, I, yeah,
because
and it's because they're all this. It's all one unit. You
yeah,
think
because
you
yeah,
think I'm,
it ain't
you
really
think you
no
talk.
it ain't really no separation on
No,
anything because you
you
just
think
all of it.
right now you think you're talking to me. You're not talking to me. Your unit is making that up there, and then this unit is making this up here. You think you have a show? You don't have no show. Your unit creates that shit.
So and it's kind of wild because I've seen that on mushrooms to where I was in a place to where everything was going. It was like say how the water would flow. Everything that was flowing like that, like the water, but the way that it was flowing, it was controlled by, let's just say, the water. The water was controlling everything, but as everything was flowing, everything that was flowing with the water thought or felt like it was doing all these things, but it literally like wasn't.
Yeah. This is fucking ugly, man. Because I was here fucking fighting this shit like a
It's
motherfucker, man. You would not even believe. I mean, and I'm experienced in the storyline, with psychedelics and shit like that. I mean, I come from a DXM family, man. That's
yeah.
a that's a that's a fucking psychedelic that could kill you.
Which one did you
You know,
take this time?
I took mushrooms. I took 10 grams, and I thought that everything was gonna be just the same way. Every time I take a shrimp trip, I think I'm gonna be able to control it. Yeah.
What?
Fuck that, man. After like 2 hours, man, I couldn't even move. I'm going, what happened? Am I under arrest? They say you're under arrest by interstellar forces, and I'm going like, listen to this, and I'm going, what the fuck was saying this? And he was loud like a motherfucker, and he was telling me, we're gonna tell you to tell the other units on how everything works down there. And I was like, they cannot judge this information. This is unimpeachable. It can be challenged. And I'm going like, it's an ultimatum. And I'm going like, what? And I'm going like, Jesus fucking Christ. And he was telling me that, man, and it was like, wow. So if you wanna live alive in here, you cannot be God. That's fucking crazy.
Yeah,
How the
it
fuck,
is.
damn, man. And
And
I was like, so
African got
you
African 2102 said, "What's up, Wally?" And he said, "What type of magic are you into, Wally?"
Well, magic is everything you're looking at right now. That's the thing. That you think that magic is something that is away from you. No, it's everything that is happening right now is magical activity. And then it gets broken down into scientific activity, and this is where the mechanical energy begins to downgrade itself into personal energy, and then it becomes an individual, which is even worse. Do you know what individual means? That means that you're in dividends, man. You have been divided into many fucking things now.
Oh, dang, the dividends.
Yeah.
Okay.
You
Okay.
you you you're divisible now. You have divided yourself from everything else. So you're something away from everything. So now you're something, and everything else is something else.
Yeah.
And this is how the units begin to separate themselves from their original points. And then it's hilarious because it's a game in here. He was telling me that the purpose of life is to live life, die, and not remember a fucking thing. And that's the program here. And the program, the language runs that frequency. You can't fuck with that. In
You
order to go beyond language, the only thing that could go beyond language is the body because he understands what language is. Language is nothing but instructions that are given from fucking star systems in here, for the units to operate freely in accordance to what they have reinforced to be real or not. You see, everything is real and unreal at the same
at
time,
the
Booker.
same time
Everything, real,
and
real
real
and unreal.
at the
The
same
only
time.
unreal, the only was the real
Oh, his
thing. The real thing is everything is just perfect. The unreal thing is that there is something here that knows things.
he said, is that a bad thing though, Wally? He said, don't you want some what individuation? Individuation,
What
individual
happens
what
that
relation
what
is that
happens
what
is
the
that the
individual?
individuation is by itself also, Booker. The individuation doesn't have identity. It's just individuation.
Yeah,
It's just that the individuation is your body by itself. Do you get it?
yeah.
Okay, by itself. The second it begins to accompany itself with others, that now you are not, you are an individual with other individuals. Now you're in company. And then company is it's like a factory. So now you're like inside a fucking corporation. Yeah. It's a conglomeration of fucking units in here, and then they create whatever the hell is it that you're looking at right now. All this shit has
Do,
been done by the units in here.
so do you think it's a difference between psychedelics and like meditation?
Actually, it's the same thing. Meditation and psychedelics is like cheating. You're cheating. What you do is that's exactly what happened here. I was meditating, and I meditated for fucking years, and then in one of the meditative experience, it showed me that I can go into another level, which is gonna make meditation even better. And I started with Ormus. I remember when I started buying Ormus
Yeah.
and all that shit and meditating, and then that led to a tremendous fucking experience that I had meditating, where it recommended me to try to explore the shrooms, and
Oh,
that's when everything changed there.
did that take your meditation to another level, or do you think like the
No,
shrooms?
it killed the meditator. That's what the shrooms did.
What? What do you
It
mean by
killed
that?
Wally. Well, Wally died meditating, and then the body took over. That's when the body became electromagnetic here. That's when started saying, so meditation is electromagnetic, and he was like, yeah, and it's gonna get even more electromagnetic. So you gotta go. And I'm going like, what do you mean you gotta? You cannot believe that you're doing this. That's it. And I was like, well, how? How do I do this? And then he started giving me the story. There has never been a you anywhere in here. Everything is working by itself, man.
Huh?
And I was like, I'm going like, what do you mean? And he was like, it's about my mother and all that. It's just all fucking memories, man. Unless the body goes and looks for somebody that looks like your mother.
Yeah. Yeah.
And I'm going, God damn. And
So
that's what's really happening here. That's what's really happening.
yeah, just let go. But so African said, Wally, do you think golden dawn practices have value, or do they just get in the way?
If you put value, no. There's nothing with value here, and that's the freedom. Everything is free. Everything is free here. This is an amusement park. Every ride is for free. This is not a life that you're supposed to live. In a life that you're supposed to live, you're going to think you're spending money. You're going to think, no, you're not spending no money. Money is being spent, but you're not spending it. Don't disrespect that frequency.
It's spending itself.
Money is energy that the body needs in order to get props, to make
Oh,
things easier.
yeah, to get props so you can cover your
What are
body.
the major props for the body? Shelter,
Yeah,
food, and grooming. That's it. You take
clothes.
care of the body like you take care of your brand new car, and then things change here. Treat the body like it's a fucking car.
I ain't washed my
And
car.
then the
I didn't wash my
and then
car
the
for a
car.
whole week.
Well, that's your real car. Your real car gets watched every day, don't
Every
you?
day. Every day.
That's the
Sometimes
Booker
twice a
machine
day.
that's the Booker machine from Alpha Aquarius. I mean, from yeah, whatever your star is. I mean, he's crazy. So this
So
is what's happening, and this is what's happening in here. It doesn't matter you believe or not this information. This is
so what do
beyond
you
fucking
think
belief.
what do you think that thing in there that is actually seeing everything is?
Well, it's and according to the fucking storyline here, is I remember that I come from the Pleiadian star systems and I lost myself in here. Now I remember, so now my next life is gonna be there, unless I decide to come back here. And then he was giving me the statistics. It's like, God damn, 0 fucking % of people want to come back here. Oh my god.
Yeah.
And I'm going, nobody wants to come back here. Once you get to this information, you do not want to come back here. And then what happens is that the unit supersedes you. What you used to be, the unit takes over because it understands. You don't understand. The unit does.
Is that why people they feel like when they die they don't want to be forgot about because they don't want to lose that thing that they think
Because
they are?
because the human being is not afraid of dying. He's afraid of never fucking being remembered. That's what it
Yeah.
is.
Yeah. That's
That's
what
what
I
he,
feel like.
and then that's the funniest thing because this is what they have recordings in here. They record everything. You see, when people die, you're gonna have to still see them till you fucking die.
Yeah.
You know, and that's what's gonna happen. You see, whatever the fuck happens in here records itself, Booker. That's what
Yeah.
you call memories.
Dang. But the way that it play it back to you in dreams, though, what would that be called?
Okay, so what happens is that the appearance records a body doing things in here. That's what's happening. Then you think you're here, then you put yourself away from that intelligence. That's what you're doing.
Yeah.
I mean, the only thing that could get in there, I'm telling you, man, I'm fucking here fighting. And I was like, so I'm not human. And it's like, that's not up to you. Your unit has chosen this. You know? It
Okay.
doesn't matter how much you fight. You already died. So what is fighting here? And I'm going like, man, so I'm dead in here. Everybody's dead. They just don't know it.
So
That's
what?
what
But
they think
wouldn't
they're alive.
let's say okay? So you say okay, you know that you Palladian, right? But wouldn't that still?
I don't know that. I don't know that. That's the information that this body is receiving, and then I'm
Yeah.
fighting that. What fights that is the little fucking remains of Wally in here are fighting that.
Yeah.
And then the other forces come in with other fucking identifications that are from star systems, and I'm going like, oh my god, what the fuck is this? So how many of me are there? So it's infinite motherfucking use, but you have
Infinite.
decided to, in the beginning, you thought you were just Wally. No.
Yeah. Yeah, but it's infinite use. Infinite.
It's infinite use. And then they turn into anything. You see, when you're eating an apple, there is no you anymore. It's the taste of that shit.
Yeah, you kind of become the apple. I kind of feel like that.
Exactly.
Like whatever you messing with at the time, you become that thing because you
If
are
you have
that
a
thing.
if you have a headache and you're going to work, the headache is gonna make you forget about your job. Okay, so the headache is what needs to be explored in order for the job to go by itself.
Yeah.
What happens is that you break it in two. It's like, I have a headache. So if you have a headache, now you have a headache and you have to go to work. You see what I mean? So why can't you just be the headache? Do you get it?
Yeah, I get it.
And then the body is the only one that gets in there. Then it creates endorphins. It releases endorphins inside. All of a sudden, you think you're fucking high. All of a sudden, the headache. Where the fuck is the headache? You know? You go like, oh shit, the headache is this fucking job. Oh my god. Then it's too late. It's too late. It's too late by the time you get there.
Oh wow, that's deep. The headache is the job.
Yeah, and the belief that you have a headache. That's the headache is the belief that you have a headache.
Yeah.
It's even worse than that.
Do you
It's
do you ever have you ever watched Sad Guru?
yeah. I heard he had a brain operation.
Yeah. Was that a real
Guy,
headache? That was
yeah. Well, he's that's an interesting unit because But unfortunately, I see IDs in there, man. That's the problem. Saguru is a little. He knows, but he's also here. He think that he's a guru. You know, when you think you're a guru, you fuck, bro. You're coming back.
Why? Because you think you gotta save people when you really don't gotta save people.
Listen to the message that this motherfucker sent me here. So they tell me that we have sent earlier units of your energy in that unit. There were several units in here that came long ago in the storyline. One
Yeah.
of them thought was a Buddha and died at 80, and the other one was killing a cross.
Yeah.
And I'm going like, you need to fucking let these other units know this already, so they stop fucking up. And I'm going like, oh my god, how am I gonna put that one there?
Yeah, but that's the crazy thing about all these stories. Like the stories, I be feeling like it's just talking about you, and then you grab these stories and you become the stories. You don't even be the.
Listen to this. Look, we are supposed to not do what Buddha did.
Yeah.
We're not supposed to do what Jesus did.
They was
They
just
had
like,
IDs. They had identifications at that time. Believe it or not, Jesus believed he was Jesus.
yeah, yeah,
He believed that all that information is that he stumbled upon it, and that's what got him killed. And then Buddha, that's another crazy motherfucker, you know.
yeah.
He was the son of a king. He walks out of his fucking castle. He said, "Father, go get the fuck up, fuck yourself, man. This isn't real. This is real here,
Yeah.
you know." And look at that, and then they keep fucking up, and then these are the sages that we actually worship in here, and we want to be spiritual or whatever, you know. And it's a lesson. It was a lesson. He was telling me, shit. So this interstellar shit supersedes all this Buddha shit, and then he's like, that's what all these stories come from here. And I'm going, and everybody is connected to their sign of the zodiac, and then this is how everything here is run. And I'm going like, wow. Who the fuck is gonna believe that? Say your unit.
Yeah, that's what I feel like these days. Like all anybody anything that I feel like that came before I got here was just examples to go
Exactly.
off
Well,
of.
it's very easy. Look, before you got here, your shoes were here, your pants were here, your shirt was here. You see, your car was here, your house was here. Huh? Others were here. Before you got here, the sky was here.
Waiting on
Cars were here, trains were here, airplanes were here, Booker, before you got here.
you. Yeah.
Bodies were here. What does that mean? If bodies were here before you got here, you cannot possibly be a body.
Yeah.
How can you be a body if they were already here?
Dang.
That's how simple it is, and that's the
Yeah.
problem. That the me is complicated. The me wants to know how could this fucking be here like this thing, you know? Then he goes into loops. You start going into loops, which is what happened to everybody. Because I'm still looping in here, but I'm looping at ridiculous levels. And I'm going like, I'm looping, and at the same time, something is looping. You know?
Yeah,
And whatever is looping by itself, it's giving instructions to whatever the fuck I think I am in here. And he's telling me exactly what to do. He says, like, when you got a problem, go over there and ask him out. Date that motherfucker and then fucking marry him. And
Yeah.
watch how the problem is gonna look at you. It's like, this motherfucker's crazy. I love him. Yeah.
So nowadays, after seeing everything that you've seen and all that, what do you consider yourself now?
I give up, bro. I give up, bro. I said, like, you know what? All I want to do is I don't want to come back here again. And he was like, that's already done, buddy.
Yeah,
Okay.
you are.
You're going to have fun. You're going to have fun now. Just keep the unit away from accidents. That's it. Keep the body away from accidents. Accidents can happen in any fucking form in the storyline.
Yeah.
That's it. Do not believe that the body can get sick or that the body doesn't know that. How the body gonna get sick? How could the body get sick unless it knows that?
Huh.
The body doesn't know anything because the body doesn't need to.
You got to keep yourself away from accidents.
Exactly, meaning you're gonna cross the street, look both fucking ways. That's the
Yeah.
universal law.
Yeah.
That's a universal law. That means the universe brought that shit in here for the bodies to be protected from stupid activity, which is intelligence at the same time. There.
That's
And then
good.
everything is physical. This is the mind here. What the props that you're looking at, the simulation, is the mind. What they call the mind.
Yeah.
So whatever you're gonna do later is a thought that your body is gonna get into. Do you know that? Only the body gets inside thinking.
Huh, wait. What do you mean?
Whatever you're gonna do later, you're gonna put everything away. You're gonna go to sleep, right?
Yeah.
It's a thought now in the storyline that the body is gonna get there, not you.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Yeah.
And then if you believe that it's you, then you are the thought.
Yeah. But you are. I'm
You,
thinking you are the
we,
thought because I was telling them this the other day when I was coming back and I was thinking of pizza. Like when I get back here, I'm gonna go across the street and go get a slice of pizza. And then when I get back and I start taking the stuff out the car, somebody was walking out and I'm talking to them and they like, "Oh yeah, I'm going to get us all pizza." And I'm like, "Wait, what?" And like this happened on like numerous occasions. Like I'll have this thought of this thing or something that I might want or want to do, and then it'll just end up happening.
well, whatever you're doing right now,
Yeah.
whatever you're doing is something that the body imagined earlier.
Yeah. Exactly.
How do you deal with that information here,
Yeah.
man? Bro.
You gotta change
So
your imagination.
we in the storyline, we're inside the mind, but we think the mind is something that we have.
Yeah.
You see? We think we have a mind and we have a body and shit like that. No. The body is inside the mind.
Okay, so what do you think about consciousness?
It's perception. It's the way the unit receives the information.
I feels okay. What's up, Zan?
Consciousness is perception. It's awareness.
Yeah. It's just being.
If right now a mosquito lands in your head and you feel it and you know it's a mosquito, that's it right there.
Yeah.
Something is touching you, so the tactile sense gets activated. All right.
Yeah.
And then nothing is touching you, but something got close to the body in the storyline. Another prop, a mosquito.
Yeah.
Everything is a prop, including animals, everything. And then the animals are the ultimate props in here, believe it or not, because they see everything as it is. So the animal knows nothing. Yet,
Yeah.
it's intelligent enough to fucking do things that we can't even imagine. You think you're walking your dog in the morning? No, you're not. The dog is walking you, motherfucker. And you're not learning anything
Oh.
because you're too busy on the phone. You see? You're not learning anything. Thinking that what's on the phone is more important than the message, you know?
Yeah.
That the dog is trying to tell you. The dog is trying to tell you what the fuck happened to this appearance now with the phone now, you know?
Said the dog is walking you.
Mm-hmm.
These pets that
Literally.
took over, Wally. But yeah, it's always.
And then imagine, I mean, there's nothing out there. Whatever you think you're looking at, it's not out there anywhere.
It's in you.
It's everything happening, including you fucking talking to me about what we're talking about.
It's just everything happening. This is just a part.
There's not look. There's nothing beyond it. You see, you think there's heavens or there's a future. No, everything is here.
Yeah.
The future is someday. It's already this.
Yeah, that's wild. I don't know what you talking about,
It-
Zen. But yeah, that's wild, man. But I'm gonna have to stop this, Wally, because I'm about to start
Oh,
another
that's
one.
good, man.
About to start a
All
blunt
right,
smoking
bro.
session with everybody in Discord. So yeah, thanks again, Wally, and I'll be calling you soon as usual. So we
You have a good night, and everybody else, man.
all right. Peace out.
All right. All right.
That's that concludes our talk with Wally Soto. Dang, man, he get to talking about the unit. Like it's wild because, like, when you listening to different people just talk about life, it put your mind in so many different places. Like it really have your mind in that space. In that space, it's like almost like it's like he said, like the words. That shit is deep, bro. That's deep when you really get into it. But dang, how come my camera ain't working? There go right there. Now remove that background so y'all can't see my whole board over here. But no, man, it's kind of it's kind of cool because the way the like the things he be saying. You seen it on psychedelic. Like I've seen it on psychedelic experiences. I think that's why I like to chop it up with Wally, and like not even chop it up. I'd be liking to just kind of just sit back and just listen, and just listen to anybody. Like I ain't gonna lie, I said I'm gonna start doing that more often now, to where I start back like having them one-on-one talks with different people that's diving in. You feel me? Because there's so many people diving in, and they got a story to tell, and they get kind of congested when it's a lot of us. So I'm gonna start doing like the one-on-one talks, and just like let that person just break down their experience. You feel me? So we can kind of see what be going on. Because when you get to talking about that oneness, and like you just taking a drink of water, you become the cup. That stuff is deep. That stuff is deep, and it's weird because you can feel it. Like, like I can feel it. Like I've been on experiences where everything was just one thing, and I was just everything. When I like you become everything, I don't even know how to explain it, but everything that you see and you are it, and you can see it in like a whole 360, which I never could understand. Because when we go about life, like when I look at my coffee cup, like just grabbing my, like if I'm looking at my coffee cup even from this angle right here, I can already tell what it looked like from the top, the bottom, the back, the side. Either I'm still kind of looking at it in that 360. That's why every time I grab it from the handle. It's like I'm looking at it in a still a 360, and it's kind of weird because I say, okay, why don't we just see like that 24/7? Like literally, like to where not I'm just not looking at my computer and look at my computer screens, but I can see them from every angle happening. And like it's like I am the computer screen, like almost. And then it was kind of tricky, like when he was saying that if the unit decides to be human, it can't be God. Because that part makes a lot of sense to me too. Because when you become the human, you become the body, you're busy being this, so you don't see the God, the everything is God. You don't see that because you busy being the human. You busy doing everything that the body asks you to eat, exercise, eat, shave, take a shower. You being everything that the body tell, and that is weird, bro. Cause even when he was saying like when you step outside and it's raining and the rain is hitting you, like you the rain, and it's like man, it all makes it makes sense to me. It make too much sense to me, bro. But I'm about to cut this video short because I want to keep it with just Wally, so people can check it out. And what I'm gonna do is I'll be back. I'm gonna take like a 30-minute break, and then I'm gonna come back and just run a live because I'm thinking about diving in tonight. So I don't know. I might just dive in on the live, let it run for a little bit. Once it kick in, I'm gonna shoot off and do my thing. But I'll be right back. So